that he's winning the fight, but he can win the rounds more emphatically than he has done.
Well, McDonagh does appear to be the better mover of the two. In terms of footwork and slipping punches, but right now, well, for that little spell, didn't do quite well when he was backwards against the ropes.
John Keane, the referee, not having had too much to do so far. See there, a bit of holding and clinching, and they're part of their own volition, always good to see. They want to get on with it. Too much spoiling here.
And McDonagh slightly changed tactics. They're just getting outworked now. Tactics look to be slightly backfiring on him. You can't give Lenny Daws room.
Referee is the man who scores this one under English rules. It's a 10-rounder, remember. So John Keane, the man closest of all, is the one who needs to be impressed.
Not so clean now. Not surprisingly hard pace. Oh, lovely hook there by McDonagh.
It's going to be a real grueling fight, this. You can see McDonagh starting to puff and blow and really trying to suck it up here in the fourth round. He's feeling it. Look there, in close. You can see him gasping for air. Who's going to be the fitter? We've talked about McDonagh's engine, about his fitness, about his stamina. That could be the key. Will he in fact prove that he is the fitter and the stronger man? So, right hand again from McDonagh. He's taken a lot of those, Daws.
He certainly has, and right now hasn't found the answer to it. He's been getting hit with them all night long. You can't say you want to see Lenny Daws up his work rate because you know he's going to do that. But what I would like to see is just a little bit more thought behind the process, behind the tactics.
Beat him to the punch there. McDonagh came in, took a right hand from Daws, and Daws landing one or two good solid shots here. McDonagh has to dig deep.
And he will. Daws just getting into a rhythm there with that combination.
Better round this from Lenny Daws. How did you score that last round, Duke?
Just to Daws, 10-9. Well, Daws, as ever, still applying plenty of pressure, trying to keep the right hand and the left hand as close to his chin as he can to avoid the right hands by McDonagh.
Lenny Daws won the British title in only his 12th professional fight when he stopped Colin Lines. And McDonagh said that in his opinion that Daws is really and should be the British champion. He thinks that he's fighting for the English title here, but he believes that in ability Lenny Daws should be recognised as the British champion, and that is the level he's fighting at. What do you make of that hypothesis?
That's fair comment. I mean, you know, if that's what he believes, that's fair comment. He's not going to get a harder fight than Lenny Daws, I promise you that. Tapes come ungloved on McDonagh's left glove. Referee hasn't seen it as yet.
He will do. He has done. Well, a precious little breather. Uncle Frank having a look at it. Frank Hopkins in the corner, doing the tidying job. They were very bullish about McDonagh's chances of winning this one beforehand. I know Frank's a fellow who likes to back his judgment with the odd punt here and there. I wonder if there's a few quid riding on this one. Here we go again, the action underway.
And McDonagh getting the head in as well now. He's trying to turn this into a real slugfest. And McDonagh's tactics are very plain and very clear. He's trying to rough Daws up any which way he can and then just get out of the way of the action. But what Daws is managing to do is to pin him down and make him stand and trade.
It's grueling, it's hard. Time added on, of course, in this round as a result of that adjustment to the glove in the corner.
But Daws trying to break down the defence, trying to work to the body. Didn't have too much success. McDonagh had his elbows tucked nicely into his side.
We'll go into the corners between breaks and hear how they're making this. McDonagh had a terrific start, I thought, but Daws, as the fight's unfolded, his much vaunted strength is starting to tell.
There's more bandage come undone, more stitching come undone on that glove on McDonagh's right hand this time.
The right hand now, yeah. Probably let it go through now, maybe to the end of the round.
Here comes Daws.
Lenny Daws just keeps on coming. He's like a punch machine.
Occasionally, you know, machines, they malfunction.
Not right now. A little bit more animated than you sometimes hear. They want to see him letting his punches go.
Yeah, but they've only got to think back to Dawes' training camp, which was extremely hard. You know, he did really get going in the second half of the sparring sessions. We certainly saw him in the 10 hard rounds.
Well, we're into the second half of the fight now. And they wanted McDonagh to get back to his boxing, get it at range, work behind the jab. He's trying to do that. But is he going to have the strength and the punch power to keep Daws at bay?
I'd like to see jabs coming from Daws, just working his way in behind the jab when he's out of range.
Got him with the right hand, did McDonagh, but Daws just walked through it and now starts to land his own.
Well, these two very evenly matched. And if you notice, both boxers on the inside, if one arm gets tied up, they work with the other one. They don't look to try and hold or spoil in any way.
Had Lenny Daws a round up at the start of this round, Duke?
I've got him
2 rounds ahead. Between rounds we'll have a little listen and see what Barry McGuigan's making of it.
McDonagh changed tactics again. Just getting clipped with the right hand, but before that was doing a good job of making Daws miss, as he did there. An exercise in frustration now from McDonagh.
Well, it's a real committed crowd here at Bethnal Green in the old York Hall. Not too many spare seats around.
You know,
and you can understand why.
Sorry, John, I'll tell you what McDonagh's doing now. He's trying to frustrate Daws and doing a good job making him miss, making him pay. He's on the back foot very deliberately, drawing Daws in, not throwing half as many punches, but being twice as effective.
The Connemara kid. Jab written down the side of his shorts. That's exactly what his corner is saying that they'd like to do. They'd like to see him throwing more jabs. Real tough fight. Duke described it as boys' own stuff earlier on. I know where he's coming from with that. But this is a tough man's sport. It's a hard man's sport, and they're showing it in there.
This is, lovely hook again by both boxers. McDonagh just a little bit cleaner for me.